Hello everybody. Well, will be my first video on English. I know it's crazy, never done a video in English. Why not? Because it's difficult. English is not my first language, you can tell. So at this moment, an iPhone 12. This iPhone, an iPhone 12 Pro Max. What happened with it? Well, simple. Someone did a back glass on it. Let me get you the right camera, right angle. So this one, let me tell you a little bit of a story on this one. Someone did a back glass on it. Customer did back glass on it, and because they put a lot of pressure to it and use wrong tools or the wrong way, so they put a lot of pressure in the board, and what happened is they damage this integrated circuit. So this circuit controls baseband power or power management for the baseband, and damage got cracked. And then we have this device on at all. So sorry, I'm not a little nervous, I'm a lot of nervous. So what we're gonna do over here, I already replaced that integrated circuit. We're gonna look at it on the microscope. I already replaced that circuit, and I got almost the complete job done. So what I'm gonna do over here is just gonna clean this board, B layer, what they call B layer. This one is the B layer, because this board is built with two different boards. One of them is A layer, which has the processor, and B layer, which has all the radio frequency. So this is the B layer. We're gonna clean both of them up, and then we're going to reboard the layer and then put it all together, and hopefully we can make this device work, and hopefully also that you can understand what I'm saying, what I'm doing. Well, let's get it going. This is nervous. This is nervous, a lot of nervous. So, gonna clean it up. We're gonna change allegations, or we're gonna change the solder melting point. So I'm just gonna get a PCB holder here. A PCB holder for iPhone 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max. It's a 12 series, which include them, the mini. So to change allegations, we're gonna use 138. This is the one that we're gonna use. Relief. This is 138. Melting point, so 138 Celsius. Then we also have, of course, the 183 melting point. So we're just gonna clean it really well, and we're gonna put it all together. Clean it, do a reball, put it all together. Why are we changing allegations? Well, this board, the melting point on this solder, original solder, is around 225, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Don't take me that, but it's a lot of temperature. So on that temperature, if you keep the size of the board for a long period of time, I'm not saying an hour, no, I'm talking about 4 minutes instead of 2 or 2.5. If you keep it like 4 or 5 minutes, I mean, you will see a little bit of soldering balls out of the processor, the CPU, and the power management, the big power management, the one that controls the CPU, and then everything will be melting at that point. and most likely the device will never power in back again until you rebuild either CPU, power management. You will create a lot of troubles if you put a lot of temperature for a long period of time. So what I'm doing here is just grabbing a bit of a 135, 138 melting point solder, applying to this existing solder with flux. You may be, Martin, what kind of flux are you using? By the way, my name is Martin. What I'm doing here is a reball on this iPhone that got damaged by doing a backlash. This device did not power on at all. I find out this integrated circuit that is Qualcomm got damaged in the process because using the right tool, just the wrong one. So just gonna clean it. I'll replace that integrated circuit. I'm cleaning it right now. We're gonna rebuild this PCB or motherboard or logic board. That's it. Now we're gonna make it all shiny. Well, there are a few things that you can make it shiny. This one is called soldering wick. This one is a soldering wick. You can buy this one at most tricks, China, websites, VIP programmers. There's so many. What kind of use? Chick Quick. One of the best flux I have used, Chick Quick or I was gonna say mechanic, but no. I haven't used mechanic, so I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm sure it's good, but I have never used it. Why? Because I haven't had the chance of it. Really, I haven't ordered one. But Chick Quick or Chick Quick, and what's the other one? Man, I never felt this nervous in my life. But now, this is coming out of the comfort zone for me. Last time I spoke English was when I got married, like 10 years ago. And then this thing is just, it's a little bit difficult sometimes. But the more temperature it has, the better it is. What temperature do you use? Around 330 in your tip, your soldering tip. So the bigger it is, the better. We'll have all the soldering, all the solder. And that's it. This is all done. And this done. Beautiful. Just gonna clean it with a little bit of alcohol and just a sort of cloth, clean cloth. Also, you can buy it at Mobile Centrics, in your gadgets, wholesale, China, VIP programmers. There's so many places you can buy this cloth. Normally it's for a screen refurbishing. And that's it. Beautiful. That's it. So we got this one clean. So now we got to clean the other part of the board, the A side. Here we have the A side. Gonna Set it right in place. Where's the place? That's it. Now we clean it all around. This is the CPU or processor. This one is the main power management. PMIC. This is some PAs for signal, radio frequency. This one is also called rows. They're rows like the Titanic. And some NFCs, chip for making Apple possible. All of that fun parts. So we're just gonna clean this up. We're not gonna do nothing to this board. Just gonna clean it. We're gonna clean it with not with alcohol. Yes, of course, with alcohol later on. Is some kind of alcohol. It's not just regular alcohol. I mean, you can use regular alcohol. There's nothing wrong with it. This one is called isopro something. Can't pronounce it. Christian sometimes will help me translate some words that I cannot say it or pronounce. Okay, but Christian today is taking a break. So also we adding the same melting point soldering paste. Where do you get this soldering paste? You may be wondering. Where Martin? Where do you get this soldering paste? Really easy. You get soldering paste at Mobile Centrics in your gadgets. The same places I get everything. I try to buy as many as possible here in the US because they're much faster to arrive. That is all. Of course, China will be cheaper, but it ain't much difference. I mean, if you gotta wait 3 weeks to get it from China and save $2, I mean, it's up to you. But if you're gonna get it here in the United States and you can get it overnight, and then either way, placing it overnight, might as well just grab it from here. The person that you hear in the back coughing is Lorena's work here, and she's a little sick. She's going home in a bit. Cleaning, adding a little bit of salt paste right there. So we will be uploading more videos on English. Hopefully you guys can stick around for the next ones. The ones that you see titles on Spanish videos. The ones that you see titles on English will be English videos. Okay, so because I wanna get out of my comfort zone, and I want to be able to speak more fluently on English, and this is a good platform for me to practice. Of course, I'm gonna get some judgments, but I mean, who doesn't? They're gonna do it. I get on my own people, my own language that I think I was born with, so I'll take everything. That's it. Beautiful. Now, let's clean this tip, and then what you're just gonna do is just go same thing I did with the other one, applying a little bit of flux. Martin, that's a lot of flux. You're gonna left the so ugly. Maybe the flux there will be ugly. And it's calling. And that's to have to wait, because I'm in the middle of something very important with you guys. So I appreciate. I won't not answer that call. Okay, on that probably it's a little too bright. Right there. You will see better right there. Beautiful. We just go like that. This is the most difficult thing to do. When I start doing my studying, this was the most difficult thing to do for me. Just apply flux. When I started, I remember asking a guy, how do I solder? Because I tried to put solder just on the top of the component, and when I touched when the solder cooled down and I touched it, just fell. I was like, how is that possible? How can I stick it to the component or solder into the? And this guy that knew more than I did, and he didn't tell me. I was like, no, that's a secret. I cannot tell you. I was like, come on, please help me out, dog. And then this dog never helped me out. And then I was on YouTube. That's why I started putting YouTube videos, because I was on YouTube, and then this guy say, hey, you gotta add flux. I was like, what flux? And then he had this or like watery thing and put it in and put some solder and like voila, he made it down. And I was like, wow, I got to buy some flux. I went to eBay. Back then I used a lot of eBay. Talking about like probably 10 years. Probably 8 years. So it wasn't that big. In China, of course, we didn't even know about China. I didn't even know it was a country. No, I'm just kidding. That's it. That is all. Look at this. Now it's all filled with beautiful. I'm not gonna worry about the flux. What I'm gonna do with this board, how am I going to get rid of the flux? I can do it two ways. I can do it in two ways. I put this, this is a fume extractor, so we can get all the fumes out of my way. I don't get high smelling all my fumes, of the fluxy fumes. So there are two ways to get rid of the flux. One of them is by putting a little bit of alcohol. This is not an alcohol. It is alcohol, but it's one kind of alcohol. And this alcohol, and just brushing it all the way, clean it until that flux is all gone. Or I can put this board together with this one in an ultrasonic machine. Just let it sit for about 5 minutes, heating it up for 5 minutes, and just let it vibrate for about 30 seconds, and then the flux will go away. Then we just dry it out, and then we put flux to it, and then just bond it together. Bond it all together. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna use the brush, but if you have the sonic machine, use the brush. Make sure you always clean it. I like to clean my boards like good. When I see it coming back, I want to see. I know that I did this job. Otherwise, because I've seen jobs, man, this is ugly. I mean, it's not ugly soldering part. It's ugly the part that it was dirty. Come on, clean your stuff. Okay, now what am I gonna do is just work on this one. Got a PCB holder for that reball and a stencil. So I have this stencil. This is a Kian Lee. Call it Kian Lee stencil. Middle layer fixture something goes right. This was like for the Pro or the Mini. And then stencils, there will be too many. There will be like 3 different stencils for the ones for the iPhone Mini, and then for the Pro or 12 will be the same, and then for the Pro Max will be a different one. Alrighty. mariachis. Los mariachis. Bam, bam, bam. Estoy limpiando solo. I mean, I'm just cleaning the flux. Sorry. I will get some Spanish going sometimes, because sometimes I turn off the switch, the English switch, and then I forgot that I was supposed to be talking English, because I don't talk too much. Talk too much to begin with, and I don't talk too much English that much. So what I'm gonna do over here, this is 138, melting point 138, of course on Celsius. What I'm talking about here is Celsius, okay? 138 Celsius. What I'm gonna do here, this one has already some flux. The soldering paste has flux. What I'm doing is remove that flux by drying it out with a little bit of some paper towel, so that way you can absorb the flux out of it. Okay, because the more flux your soldering paste has, the more water it will be when you put heat, and then it will go everywhere. It will disperse everywhere. You don't want that, because it's too hard to melt it. But you don't want it too dry, because it will be hard to put it on little tiny holes, you know. So it's like in the middle, and then you gotta keep your soldering paste always close. Don't take too much out of it, and always close it. Put the cap on top of it, because if you let it sit for like a week, a month, it will be all dry, and then it will be useless. You gotta throw it away and get another one. But it ain't expensive. I mean, everything is that's relative, right? That's to whoever you ask, right? Or some people will say, yeah, that's expensive, but someone was like, no, it's cheap. But it is cheap compared to how much you can make out of it. And then that's it. That's it all. Perfect. Perfect. That's it. Now what I'm gonna do over here, we're just gonna remove the extra. Just a cloth. That's it. That's it. Throw it away. And then this piece over here, it come onto place right now. So we're just gonna see how it goes. Got two right here, 1, 2. The 2 pins right here, 1, 2. And then on the other side we only have one, and here don't have nothing. So if you put it like that the wrong way, it won't stick neither. So make sure you always put it the right way. Now we're just gonna apply heat with the heating station right there. All right. So we're just gonna wait a little bit for the soldering station to heat up, and then we can start applying heat. I'm gonna feel a little bit of embarrassment. I put this video on air because I mean it will be the first time doing it, and hopefully you guys can enjoy it, and you guys can always come back for the next one that we're gonna record, and you guys can learn. You got questions or comments or something that you want to ask, always write it down, and check the comments all the time. I check the comments, and I will respond on or on the next video. Oh, it's a little too big. This one is a little too big, so I'm just gonna replace it really easy with the pliers. This thing is really hot, about 400 degrees Celsius. I'm gonna turn on the fume extractor so that way I don't get all the fumes is releasing the flux and the solder. It still is not melting. You can see it still ain't melting, so we gotta wait till those little tiny balls will be shiny. They're all shiny. As I get into more of the videos and more videos, maybe I get more comfortable, but as of now is it's difficult and nervous, and it's all complicated. I've done a lot of videos, but in English this will be my first one. Hopefully you guys enjoy it and like it, and subscribe. Go and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Instagram as EasyFix as well. You guys can see me here and there. There on Instagram as well. All the time we're posting stories. We'll do some English stories, so that way we have a multi language or bilingual channel, and social media platforms that will be communicating in both languages. If you ask us where we're located, we are located on the United States. Been doing this for quite some time. I'm not as good as other ones, but I try, and trying is lying, what they say. But I do my best with what I have. I can do more, but as of now, what I know is what I share, and always exciting to share. That's why I'm doing these English videos. It's really uncomfortable and really nervous, but hopefully you can understand me. Now you can see it's melting. It's everything melting, so which is awesome. I'm just putting a little bit of pressure with some tweezers, so we'll keep down the solder and the stencil. That is all. You know what our president used to say? Our president Donald Trump, beautiful. It's just beautiful. So this is like that, beautiful. That's it. We're going to be uploading at least 2 videos, 1-2 videos a week on English, and then about the same on Spanish. 1 video a week on Spanish. We're gonna rotate a little bit and find out what works best for our production team, and then we'll keep posting. hopefully we can this will be the first one. Hopefully I don't get scared and encouraged by the comments or the no views or you know, things like that that makes people not able to do anymore. Okay, that's it. What I'm gonna do here, just gonna clean it, the top rest of the flux. I'm just gonna wait a little bit more to dry it out. In the meanwhile, what I'm gonna do is gonna place this thing over here. It's called Atlas or Atlas. Atlas. These ones, they're little tiny circles that will be on top of the soldering balls. Or we're gonna take soldering ball. Let's pretend this one is a soldering ball. So on the PCB holder, we're gonna take one, and we're just gonna put one of these circles right there, so that way these ones are gold plated. So that way we're gonna put a bunch of them around the PCB. Then if the board is a little bended, we can always put pressure to it, and the soldering balls around it will not join all together. These little tiny circles will keep the board in one gap straight around the board. Hopefully I make myself good. If not, just keep watching the video. Probably you guys can understand it better. Some people understand better by seeing. That's me. That's why I watch a lot of YouTube, and then that's why I post YouTube videos, because I think it's easier to understand it. You see it. At least for me, that's the way it is. And hopefully I can make some job easier for somebody if they can see it and say, yeah, now I understand it because I see it, because it's the way I learn from the beginning, by seeing someone else doing it, and in the same industry that I am. Just removing a little bit of solder from these balls that I'm gonna put that little piece of metal. Just gonna put these ones on ground pads. So that way they don't intervene on any important pad. That's it. So it's gonna count how many how many round things that I need, and then I'm just gonna solder those to the PC, and that's it. I'm gonna clean this board. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, I think, somewhere around that. Why so many? Because I don't want to do it again, being honest. iPhone 12 series are the hardest. So if you think practicing starting on this, I'm to do it. If you want me to tell you on which one you should start, the C are good because there's a lot of parts for it. But the downside is that we don't see those anymore very often. A7. If you want to start on these ones that got double layer, I would recommend iPhone 10. iPhone 10s are much easier. The more newer they get, I think the more difficult it is. The 10, the 11s, those are okay. The 12 is for me personally is the hardest ones to reball. Always got a little bit of issues. A little bit of flux so that way you can stay those things much better. That's 1, 2, 3. So I'm just checking which ones are missing. Which do I need to put some? So here I already got one. I got too many here. I'll take this one out of here and put it somewhere else. And then over here I put a few. Then I need 2 of them because a mistake was 2 of them. And that's it. I just gotta put a few more. These ones are really good. If you do these micro parts and you don't use this at last, you're missing out on the easy job, because this one really brings a lot. Of course, they don't make the job by itself, but it makes it easier. That's for sure. That is for sure. Here there are too many. Great. Hopefully our video editors can make this video a much smaller. Right. I think I have more. I still need one more. Here, this one. There's 2. Here, put it. I mean here, and it's one tiny more. Let me get one more. That's it. That's all. Okay, now just gonna melt these ones down where they belong. They're not gonna melt it down, just gonna solder with the remaining solder that left. Just gonna do that with all of them. I'm really afraid to do this step. Doing some videos on English. Hopefully I'm afraid. I'm scared. Spooky season. You guys see what I'm seeing? It's a little too bright. No, it's a little bright. Maybe. No, we can always adjust it better. Come on, stay in place. Stay in place. Next, let me try my few extract. I think I'm gonna get high. Oops. That is gonna put these ones away so I don't lose them. And on these little little square or little box, you have 3 different sizes. What I'm using is the middle one. It's much thinner. This one that is a little bit thicker. So like in the there's like 0.08, 0.10, and 0.12. So I'm using the 0.10. A couple of times the 0.08, but it was a little. It's quite hard to tell, but it was small. So I choose to use that one. Still missing one more. Here one right here. I'm gonna put it right here. Just gonna melt it down into place. Melt it down into place. Oopsie daisy. Whoopsie daisy. Don't move. You get stuck in that magnet. That's it. It's all clean. Good. Still gonna put this one on the ultrasonic, but not just yet because I still gotta add it up more flux. Remember this one? This one is gonna clean it with alcohol because it's still gonna add it more flux. So we're just gonna put it on the ultrasonic just one time. So I have to put it like 3-4 times. Where did I get brush? This brush is made by Sunshine. This one is made by Sunshine. So you can buy it at Mobile Centrics, China, BAP Programmers, all the websites I think that they sell it. Maybe different color, but they're all about the same. They do the same work. Okay, so saying, oh, mine is a different color and it's better. Okay, sure, whatever. There's some metal ones. Don't get the metal one, please. I did that when I started. Ruined the integrated circuits. Take from my losses. My experiment. That's it. That is all we're gonna do here. We've cleaned the flux, most of it, but we're gonna do that once it's all together. So this one over here is a preheater. So this one is not a preheater, it's a heater. It will heat like a madman. Not really, not really. It will heat about 190. So, but yeah, I think about 180. And our melting point for this temperature will be about 135. So we'll be okay. Just gonna add a little bit of flux around. But let's look it up under the microscope, so that way it will be much cleaner. Much on details. Oh, put a little bit of flux. Right now it's warming up. That's why the flux is getting really smooth. So I like to warm it up a little, so that way the flux will get into place much easier. Okay, turn it off, so that way I don't want to start melting the little balls on it, the little soldering balls. Let me put it into place. Align it together. I think there's an alignment that you can buy. There's one machine that is called CH5. The CH5 will have a big prongs like that will stick all the way up. So that will put the hole. And with that one you can do it maybe. But I don't use it really. Why? Because it's a lot of work. I think I like this method better, aligning it by hand. We're going to leave it for about 3 minutes, 3-4 minutes, and then that thing will melt it down. Once it melts it down, we just gotta wait another 3 or 4 minutes to start cooling down, and then we're gonna test it out, make sure this device powers on, and after that make sure this device will signal Wi-Fi, all the radio frequency stuff, Bluetooth and all of that, right? But the beginning is to wait and to see that thing closes all down. All right, so let's wait about 3 minutes, and we'll be back when this thing is in 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes we'll join, and then another 3 or 4 minutes will cool down, and then we'll see you in about like 10 minutes. All right, so we're gonna pause this process, we're gonna speed it up, and then once we see us back again, this board will be cooled down hopefully, and then all bonded together. All right, so our production team will speed it up, and see you in a minute. Bam! This thing is already cooled down. So what am I gonna do here is just take them out of this heat element, and then we're gonna go around, make sure we're gonna see all those soldering joints. Make sure they're not touching each other, because that will be nasty to see these soldering balls talking or touching each other right there. That will make a short to ground or to different lines, and make the device to turn it on. Some will have some side effect on the board, but apparently everything looks good. Next step will be to test it out. Now let's remember that this device was brought in because it has power. This is the flux that I use to check quick. Make sure you use for that number right here, that one, SMD 29130, something like that. Let's connect it. Just remember that this device was brought in for no power. So power's on. I mean, we're good. We're on the money. We're on the money, boy. So let's turn it on. Let's turn this thing on. We already got, let the energy go through. We're gonna press the power button, and we see 100.100. Have to go a little bit more. That's it. Apple logo, beautiful. Bravo. That's it. This device is turning on. That's it. Now, what's next? What we would like to expect from this. Turn on, but not just to turn on. We have to see no SIM card. Moment of truth. No SIM card. Boom, no SIM. Beautiful. Now we have to see Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Be able to connect Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. Excelente. Bluetooth right here. Now go to and see if the EMI number show up. Bam, bam. There it is. Now the device should be a fully functional device. Of course, it says that the battery is not genuine battery, because we have to connect it. We have it connected to our power supply. That's normal. It says that our Face ID is not working. That's normal. We don't have all Face ID. But this test is just for signal purposes, because we work on the radio frequency part of this board. So that's that. We're gonna turn it off, and we're gonna disconnect everything. Okay, now we have this device working. See, this screen was done a back glass, and as you can see, a lot of fume, a lot of smoke or residue from the laser machine. And this device, now we have to do is clean it. Make sure we clean all these motherboard really well with our ultrasonic machine. We can leave it for about 10 minutes to be able to heat up, and the flux be able to go away, and then we're gonna upgrade it so the flux will dissipate from the board, and we leave this board really well clean. And we have to solder the 5G antenna here. After that, check everything that will fully functional, then let our customer know that this device is back to work. Now he just gotta be more careful doing a back glass repair. So hopefully you guys learned something, and as always, thank you so much for being here with me. Hope you guys enjoyed our first video on English. Thank you. Have an amazing day, or amazing night, or amazing weekend. We see you until the next time.